Blessings, everyone. This is Kalina. Thank you for coming on and listening. We are going to be having another up and down month, but as I said in January, this is going to continue through the whole year. So let's tune into August to see what we're getting and also how the body is going to be feeling. I will also be bringing through some light language activations to go ahead and assist you with the August energies, as I always do. And we're going to go from there. First, thank you and congratulations to all the Sisters of the Rose that were initiated over the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of July here in Sedona with the event that Shakina and I did together. That was my 11th one that I have hosted, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Uh, so exciting. It's one of my favorite things to do with the women because it really aligns you with the priestess path and what you came here to do. So again, congratulations to everyone. We had so many beautiful women that are stepped into their courage to get there in the first place, a lot of them, but are also aligning with their true I am presence, their true selves and what they came here to do. And many of them will return. Many of them will return. And there goes the light. I don't know where this is coming from because there's no sun peeking out from anywhere. Te gira unyama anaat. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. So I only pulled a few cards because I just like to confirm some things. But for August, what I'm really getting, remember, we're in that energy right now where there's huge changes. Some things can be volatile feeling for some people. The Earth Mother is going to continue to do what she needs to do, okay, because she is going through her transformation as well. And it's not something that's new for her. She does this all the time. So it needs to happen. It's just part of the process. She's rebirthing, but you're rebirthing as well. So as you're rebirthing, you're helping shift all of the things that have to change as well. All right, some of the things that I'm really picking up for August is really the self-discovery and the self-discovery of who you are at a deeper level. And in that self-discovery, there comes choice points in your life, or, you know, being very conscious with the choices that you're making that are going to benefit not only you, but those around you. So if you have families, you know, loved ones or whatever that you are with, it's going to, your choices are going to also affect them. And I see my Magdalene heart starting to come up over here. So what we need to do is truly in this month is tune into what is really serving our highest good and releasing those pieces of us that hold us into that density and hold us into the patterns of the old programming. I am really, really seeing with my clients the back and forth third dimensional mental game and wanting to move into that fifth dimensional, being aligned and knowing exactly what to do. It's called the bounce back. I've called it that for years, but it's happening with a lot of you right now. And what it is once again, I've talked about this before, it's really having to let go of that third dimensional you, the one that was created by your parents, by your school structures, by your religions, by fear. And the more we are moving into who we truly are, there is sometimes a hold on wanting to stay in that old identity. And my team just said, it can be like an identity crisis. Not knowing who you are, not knowing where you're going, the fear of it. But when you let go of that fear, knowing that you're stepping into the aligned being that you are, you're allowing the third dimensional ego you, the false created ego you, to allow yourself to be your soul self, your God self, your goddess self, your I am presence, there is no fear. And from there, everything moves forward and unfolds the way it's supposed to. We become our living blueprint. And it's not to say that the things that you've done at the third dimensional level weren't part of your experience, because they were. They were to bring you here. They were to bring you back to who you truly are. Because in those experiences, a lot of those decisions were made from the head. They were made out of fear. But now you're moving into making your decisions here in the heart, in love. Because that's who you are. No more do you have to follow a program, because that's not part of our true organic nature. It's time to move forward from that. There's a sense of you that's going to be stepping forward. There's parts of you that will be stepping forward in more of your embodiments now and through the rest of the year. And for those of you that have just awakened, everyone has awakened at different times. For some of you, it will be over a couple years. It could be 10 years. It could be less. Everyone's different. But as you embody more of yourself, as you become more of your I am presence, your true source self, and allowing yourself to live in this divine essence of your soul, everything is easier. Everything unfolds. And when we live from this true self, I'm telling you, everything happens that's supposed to. All of your alignments come in. You know where you're supposed to, what you're supposed to do. You know how you serve. You understand why you're here. It's so much easier. But first you have to let go of that old identity that's almost like trapping you from becoming who you are. So in this month also, there's going to be some really big decisions you're going to have to make that have to do with boundaries. And boundaries of opposing energies, wanting to look at and see everything that you're doing. Okay, there's a decision I had to make with a certain payment platform that I've had for 20 years. That was what I started with when I was selling my children's clothing on eBay. And a lot of you are going to know exactly what it is when I say eBay. And I'm having to let it go because they've been locking my account over and over and over for no reason. It's because we're being spied on. My account for 20 years has been clear. No claims against me, no complaints, nothing. Because I've never done anything wrong. But when new softwares are being added and all of these things, and my Patreon people know, because I do divulge this stuff on my Patreon, I give you the exact information that it is. There's structures and platforms that it's time to say goodbye to. So for me, I had to set my boundary and say, no more of this. You served me well when I needed you, and now I have to find something else. And you're going to be going through that too. Everyone will. So it's not just seeing what serves you in a personal level, in relationships, you know, and in your jobs, and you know, very personal connections to others, where you're going to have to make decisions. Because remember, it's always about the relationship within yourself and then outside of yourself. How you change here changes how you view and see the world and how you are in it. And when that happens, and when you're becoming more of your source self, more of your God, Goddess self, I am presence, everything changes. You see the world differently. You see how everything's been playing out. and you start to know all the truths. So there's a lot of these endings that are still continuing to happen so that you can create these new beginnings. And in this time, while all this dismantling is happening, this is the time for those of you, I don't know what you may have studied in your courses and schools and your colleges, whatever. There are always foundations to the service work that you're here to do. Okay? Here I am. I'm a master. My team literally called me a master of light language, DNA key code activating. They said, you mastered it in many lives. And I don't like to use the word master because I always am like, oh, someone's going to say that's an ego. But they said, then let them. They said, you're a master of that. You're a master at frequency and vibration. You're a master at what you do for healing, which is the multidimensional quantum energy healer. But there's also other things. But here's the thing. We are all mastering in this lifetime other parts of ourselves. And we have to let go of the old identity to allow those parts of ourselves to emerge, to come online. It's very important. You are human technology, organic human technology. Everything is within you. You have connection directly to source to know what to do. You have connection directly to source to understand why you're here. So whatever you studied, utilize it as a foundation when you're here to serve in a new platform. And I know I have a lot of clients, they're like, oh, I'm a CPA, I'm an accountant, I'm this, I'm that, you know, I'm an attorney. But look at how you can turn that around in the spiritual sense, in a spiritual community, in a way working for good. A lot of people, when they went to school, they chose certain positions because you were going to receive a larger paycheck. The things that were important before are changing. You're going to see how living in simplicity means that you don't need a huge paycheck. You don't. And the way the planet is shifting and changing now, okay, moving back to the basics. I said this 2-3 years ago. We are moving back to that, growing your own food, living simply. It's really important. All you need is the basics to survive and to be happy. And a lot of you know this. I don't have furniture. I have one little table behind me that I tried to set up a little pretty little area. It's a little, so that my videos would look pretty, but it didn't fit. So, you know, for the last, I don't know how many years, I haven't had furniture. I think 2.5 years now or longer. Yeah, because when I moved, Spirit said, leave it all behind. And so that's how I live. Very simple. I do have some outdoor furniture in my garden, but that's it. So everything is shifting and changing because the things that are very material on the planet that we thought that we needed to have at a third dimensional reality to make us feel good or make you look good are really not essential for you anymore. The things that are essential is shelter, is food. You'll need a car if you need to, unless you're in a little village where all you need is a bike. You need to make sure you're connected with your community, with your local farmers, with everything that's happening. These are the changes that are making a big impact on this planet and in your lives, and you need to be ready. Golden opportunities, you know, are presenting themselves. We need new structures of payment platforms, like the one I'm going to say PP, because that's the one that I have to let go of, and I have already almost all done with, where we're not going to be scrutinized for a purchase we make. You're being watched by the big banks. If your money's in there, move it out. I said this to my Patreon people almost 2 years ago. I said, in America, get them into a credit union. Okay, and I'm not sure what other countries have, but whatever you can do. There's also, you can find little wallet things online, but you've got to do this stuff to protect yourself in a way for right now while everything's shifting and changing, because there's there are new souls on this planet that are coming in. They're going to be developing things. They're going to be for the better for those that choose to live in this organic nature, for who we are, why we're here, without having a constant censorship and control structure. We're done with that. So right now the grip is a little tighter because the light is so much bigger. You get the gist. So this month, some of you are going to be feeling, we've got a lot of energy come in. The light from the sun is massively brilliant. White light, I've talked about this for years, how when I was a child it was yellow. It was seriously yellow. Now it's white, because I talked about how there was a shield over the sun. Okay, there was shields. And now there's not. The shield is gone. And so that's why this intense white light, the Christ light, is coming in. And as it's coming in, and with all the planetary alignments, when I really tune in, you're going to be feeling the body vibrating, like really zzz, like you're being sapped with electricity, or you're like walking, you stuck your finger in the socket. And you're going to feel like a walking illuminated string of lights. Zzz, I'm on. So what do you do for that? Get on the earth. But also, I keep receiving, be in the water as much as you can. Not only drink really pure, clear, clean water and bless it. You have the power to do that. But if you can be in the water, it's going to be really important to get in there and receive those codes in that way. The water holds codes and vibrations and frequency to help elevate you. And so we also have coming up Lionsgate. How's that going to affect you? So for those of you that know, I've been doing Lionsgate webinar for the last 3 or 4 years. I am doing another one. And I've made the price very affordable for everyone. And I am reuniting with William, because everyone knows when William and I work together, the power is massive. The two of us bring through such powerful codes to assist you to activate. And this webinar is going to be very powerful. I didn't have to go to meditation because they just come and show themselves to me. Sekhmet, Isis, Serapis Bey, Ra, and see if there was anyone else. I don't think so. So these are the beings that came in and have been meeting with me. Sekhmet's been coming for like a month. And it's going to be a day of activation in this gateway, what William and I are going to be doing to empower you more, to help you to empower yourself in your alignment. It's really going to be, we're going to be working with, William will be working with the white flame of purity of Serapis Bey, because he holds that energy and he has that embodiment, but also Ra. He holds that embodiment as well as Ra, and I have Isis. Sekhmet's not one that I have actually felt that I have embodied. I'm Isis, Kali, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. So many of these other very powerful beings, but I will be bringing through and channeling that energy of Sekhmet to help you. So if you're interested, I'll put the link at the bottom of here. It's going to be a very powerful webinar that we are going to conduct, and there's every testimonial that comes back from the webinars are like, I'm blown away, I'm changing, I'm shaking, my body's transforming, so if you choose to join us, please do. It's 2888. That's it. That's what it's for the two of us, and we just want to reach as many people. That's why I have the price so low. Okay? So this Lionsgate is opening, and it's what I'm seeing is like another thing, like with the choice point. What do you choose to do? Do you choose to make your decisions from the head and follow the old structures and the old programs? Or do you choose to move here in the heart, where our power is, where we receive all our answers, where our I am presence, where we connect with all that we are? That's the feminine. That's the sacred heart. It is the divine frequency of our divine mother, our cosmic mother, our earth mother. And we're going to be aligning it with the pineal, which is the masculine, which is the actual ego, survival ego, not the false identity created ego that's outside of you, but the one that connects here in union, masculine, feminine union, which ignites that sacred voice to stand in your power. So we're going to be doing that. And there's so much more. We're going to be doing healing and stuff and purification, but activating so many levels of you to be able to step in your power, to embrace yourself for who you are, so that you can make the correct decisions from here, not from the old ego identity, not from choices that come out of fear, but choices that come out of love. Love for yourself, love for Gaia, love for humanity. Your ascension is through the physical body. Your ascension is through going through the chakra system and clearing everything and purifying and moving into the loving being that you are, right? Removing all those layers. And in this gateway, what I'm really picking up is the courage. Leo is masculine, and the courage heart of the lion of the Leo. But when we align with the star Sirius, Sirius is also referred to as the star of Isis. And Sirius is also connected to Mother Mary. A lot of the mother frequencies, that's from Sirius. We have Sirius A and Sirius B. Sirius B, I go there all the time. Beautiful energy. So beautiful. And people think it's only the cetaceans there. It's not. It's almost like that movie Avatar when you go there. There's things glowing. It's blue. It's beautiful. The flowers dance. The frequency is absolutely beautiful. That's going to be flowing in from the Isis energy. And it's going to be so, so beautiful. So it's bringing in that balance of the divine feminine mother's love and also the lioness courage of the mother. With that courage of the masculine, there has to be a balance in order for you, in order for us, in order for everything to be in this beautiful harmonic vibration and a frequency that lifts everyone for this new world that we are creating, this new earth. It's not just about courage. It's about self-empowerment and love. It's about loving yourself for who you truly are, for who you came here to be, not who you were programmed to be or who you think you're supposed to be because of someone else telling you. So Lionsgate is going to be powerful, okay? Very powerful. And I'll talk more about that actually in the webinar. And my team just said small steps. Let's see if they have anything else they want to say. We wish for you to understand. Many of you have asked for what's happening on this planet. Justice, truth, love, change. And this is what's happening. And August is another month for all of you in your time-space reality to dive into the shifts and changes within you. As you will continue these changes throughout the rest of the year, and for some of you, years to follow. You're moving into your sacred holy self, who you truly are, as a source being of light and love. In our lives, as beings of light, humans, higher intelligence forms, angelics, masters, elementals. We are all one, and all is within you. And you are awakening more and more to this. There is nothing to fear. Mother is abundant and will always provide for you all that you need. Do not follow your media. We all see what is happening, and you know the truth, and this is where you make change. Changes in how you live, changes in how you breathe, changes in how you see yourself and others, how you work, changes in how you vote. Step into your courage. You're the ones that have the power now. You are the ones in control. And that's why the opposing energy is in fear and trying to be destructive. Understand this. Human nature is compassion, is love, is nurturing and caring. The opposing is not. We wish you a beautiful month of finding your divine source self within, with no fear. We bless you in love. Pekiaro ushna ananiera enter namai. All right, let's do some activations. Thank you. All right, that's me. All right, so what I want to do is I want everyone to put their hands, palms facing up on their lap, be open and ready to receive. Kiraan urt nyamaat ar eshnare nis Kira ursnashnash karas und iram ent en era ki a urnya ent mara unna era aha oku a ena en Niet era unna kiara unshnyar ur ena nech ent ira Piron to grow to code crot to shish shu here as ur niam en era at utne hora kentiara So I'm feeling solar plexus opening and sacral opening. In eka ushna ismat tikila karush. Masutukuru. Tistiki tikika. Ni di. Ooh, namatai. Woka di. Broka At ureman ad nere urksnasnas et pir it adam at. Amoria, amaya, aquí. Okay. When the elementals come in, it's just, they make me laugh, and yeah, it's so sweet. So I'm going to talk a little more, but also if you receive anything from my videos, please like, subscribe, and share it to move it up in the algorithms. I've been doing this for years, and certain things happened where mine got, and I'm not going to say, you know, the reasons, we all know why, but I really would appreciate it. And when you hit the little bell, something that I found out, you know, and you subscribe, you have to actually click it and click the notification thing for all new videos, because people are like, we're not receiving your videos, Kalina. And so I was like, I don't know why. And that's why they did something, they made a change, and now you have to go and actually click, when you subscribe and hit that bell, it opens up and you have to click all videos. Okay, so just so you know that. And I'm really hoping to get put back up in the algorithms because my videos are so powerful, full of codes and information to help people. And, you know, it's free healing and activation, so I would really appreciate that. The other thing that I want to talk about is on my Patreon, I'm going through the temples, like I do this for Sisters of Rose, but I'm teaching the 12 temples of that we mastered in Atlantis and Egypt, and and one of the ones that I had my Patreon members today that are studying this, it's the Temple of Beauty today. And it's so different than what people think it is. And so we had the course today, and part of this is so important. I had to run and go turn something off. My dryer beeps. So the Temple of Beauty it's so much different, and understanding what they're for. You know, it's our temple and the beauty within us, but this is part of what everybody's going through right now, is understanding your temple, understanding all about your temple, stepping back into the true human nature of who you are and your existence here, and how it works on the planet, and how it correlates with all your different embodiments of your different lifetimes, and also working with Mother Gaia. We are part of Gaia. Our physical bodies, they're Gaia's. She's our mother. A physical body, it doesn't leave the earth when you leave the earth. It stays here with Mother. You're part of her. So to understand the true human temple that you are is so important, because everything is within you. in this temple. You're a chalice that holds the keys. Usha, matiana atat at kiara. I just, whenever I see the light, I'm like, whoa, what is that? My team just said it's you. So we're becoming, the light beings that we are as we're delving through the layers of our physical bodies, removing the densities to find our true selves, to become these beautiful temples of light that we are, returning to this. And when I was teaching this today, it was just so much information was pouring out. And I really tuned in and spent a lot of time in meditation on these temples. And I just allow all that I know to flow in. I type with my eyes closed. It's not, I don't think. It just flows through when I remember the temples. And we mastered those temples. And that's what you're back here to do. You're here to master this temple, okay, in so many different ways. And one of them is by understanding that the false created identity part of you is truly not part of your temple in the I am presence, but it's part of you in a third dimensional reality, okay? But this is where the choices are coming in. Do you choose that third dimensional reality where everyone lived in fear, materialism, or do you move into your true identity, your spirit self? Do you move into that where you don't really have to make choices? Everything just flows and happens day to day, and you live in that moment. It's so beautiful to be able to be a divine expression of Source in this visible body with our sacred voices. And a lot of us that are blue rays, that have been hidden for a long time, that's the mother frequency. That's what Shekinah and I are. And we utilize our sacred voice to teach, to bring in harmonic vibration, to sing, to shift frequency. We've returned for this. And how I use it in my healing and light language activations, it's very important because it's very potent. So we've all come back here for these different things, and you're going to be finding out more of who you are, why you're here, how you serve, and how you can help the existence of humanity now, by helping Gaia first. Okay? So, I feel that's long enough. I didn't want to be on this long. I'm so sorry. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close. Mikiro unyamarashnat Nyam ur yamar etnar Kikiras asnuria ameriana Kikiarashna ana Mantiar et piruk und liantia namaru. Ha ushna. Ikira sa uye. Matur amira ayar. Eternal love, eternal light, eternal life. Naikita, at. Ama e. Ama a. I love you. I wish you a beautiful month, and on Patreon you will be getting the second half of the month video and so much more. Thank you everyone for joining. Please hit that little bell, ding, 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 like and subscribe and share the video. I appreciate you, and I will see you next month. And for those of you who sign up for the webinar, we'll see you then. The link will be below. I love you. Yo soy tú.